Oh, hi, Dr. Munira. You
Hi, Dr.
joined it.
Rishna.
Just
Yes,
about to talk.
yes, absolutely. I've been so excited for this one.
Same here. I've been so excited too. I didn't expect you to just come. I wanted to talk about our life first,
I
so,
can
but it's so
understand.
nice to have you. And so, Dr. Munira is a
Yes,
physical therapist and a specialty neuropediatrics. That's something that I didn't know, Dr. Munira, about you,
yes,
though I knew about Tickle Right. She is the co-founder of Tickle Right, which work on right brain education and how I think they can instill long lasting skills for learning, long lasting skills on in different areas, so that children and you take advantage of the first 7 years of our
correct,
children's life,
correct.
because I think that's the
Absolutely.
time when the brain is the fastest,
Most
it's
certainly. Yes,
developing. Yeah,
yes.
so yes, that's what I think. Dr. Munira, would you like to add something about yourself?
Most certainly. Once that you're done, then we can get into the nitty-gritty as to a lot of people always asking me, what is right brain? Why should we be doing this? Don't you think our kids are too young? So let's just start with a little bit of the basics. And when people ask me, hey, Miss Munira, what is right brain education? Look, end of the day, understand one thing. When your kids are young, under the age group of 6, they have the most maximal neuronal connections. So ideally, their ability to learn is the fastest. And what we are
Hmm.
trying to do through right brain education is to tap out that potential. Ultimately, when parents come and tell you that, hey, we want right brain education or whatever sort of class that you're doing for your child, your main aim at the end of the day is holistic brain development, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's what we
Yeah.
are focusing on. That's what we focus on. Why tickle right becomes a little different is because we employ techniques which are not regularly done with kids of that age. You don't see them happening so much at school because we almost always believe that younger kids should be doing simpler things. And as we grow older, that's when we should be doing all the complicated stuff with them. But now brain science has shown time and again that the younger the child, the more potential they have. All we have to do is channelize that
Wonderful.
energy.
Yes, yes. So when I actually want to talk to all parents about what Dr. Munira is saying is that we always thought, and even now, sometimes we think,
Yes,
बड़ा हो जाएगा तो सीख लेगा. यार
barabar.
इतनी जल्दी इतना पढ़ाई करा दोगे? What have इतना पढ़? Even with me, when I'm doing things with Summer, my son is 4.5, and they are like, इतना सीख लेगा, पूरी life पढ़ी है. There's a whole life is there. Why are you
बच्चों को
after
क्यों
his
इतना
business?
स्ट्रेस करना है? I get it
क्यों
all the
इतना
time.
stress
Stress
करना?
करना है.
Yeah, that's so true. But now I understand that with this brain science, that this is the opportunity.
Correct.
This is actually, the clock is ticking.
Yeah,
Till we are going to lose this opportunity where our children are going to, where their brain is making these connections and we are making that base for them. So that's what
absolutely.
we are talking about today. That's what Dr. Munira is going to explain to us, how this right brain education will help our children reach the potential of learning that they need to, that will
That's true.
actually help them in being successful in the long run.
Yes.
That's what this program is all about,
Yes,
right?
yes, almost always. A lot of people think that this is a knowledge-based program, Ishna, but that's not it. This program is about inculcating skills. Once you get those skills, once your kids learn those skills, they will take them for life. I can teach them
Hmm.
ABC, 1, 2, 3. I could teach them whatever be it. But that's not the crux of it. What I'm trying to do through Tickle Right, what my team has been trying to do is inculcate that love for learning. If your child likes learning, you have given him everything, no? You
Yeah.
whatever wherever life takes him, whatever he wants to learn, he's going to be like, aha, I'm excited about this. Parents see it all the time. Parents complain that, ma'am, मेरे को बहुत push करना पड़ता है मेरे बच्चों को, like पढ़ो पढ़ो. That shouldn't happen. We don't want that. We
Yeah.
don't want to stress our kids like that. That is stressful. We want to encourage that
Yeah.
how to use these techniques so they themselves feel like, mama, let's try this. Daddy, I want to learn this. Why don't we try something like this? That's when we are really winning.
Wow, wow. Yes, so it should be fun.
It has to be
I
fun.
have also, yeah. So can you just tell us something more about what is this right brain development? Okay, we understand, Dr. Munira,
Correct.
that we need to work with our kids. 7 years early education is very, very important. So
Yes.
what is this right brain?
Okay,
What is this
so
right
I'll
brain
tell you.
learning?
I'll tell you. I'll keep it very simple. Just to
Yeah.
understand, your brain has two hemispheres: your right hemisphere and your left hemisphere, and they are joined together by something called as a bridge. Something very technical. Forget about it. Now,
Okay.
there are certain activities which we give it credit to the left brain, and certain activities we give credit to the right brain. Now, the
Okay.
left brain activities, we do them in school all the time. We do it even in our lives. It's very important. It's not like left brain is not important. Critical learning, thinking, exact mathematical computations, coming up
Okay.
with understanding what I'm talking and comprehending that. All these
Okay.
things are very, very analytics, sequences, logic, all of those form your left brain. When
Hmm.
it comes to right brain learning, everybody's like, oh, right brain learners are very creative. But that's not it. There are a lot of other functions of the right brain: photographic memory, mass memorization, being extremely creative, able to understand, appreciate music and art very well, having a very good IQ level, having more IQ. Everybody's working
Okay.
on EQ. Everybody's working IQ, working on their emotional quotient. That is very important. So all of these things are what really form your right brain. But ultimately,
Wonderful.
it's not always that you want to work on your right brain, Rishna. Understand? It's the perfect balance between the both that is going to raise that holistic child. And we don't have a balance of the right brain. We almost always do all these logical things, math
So true.
computations, ABCs, everything. But we forget all these qualities, which can happen when the kids are very young, very easily, learning so many languages. Did you know your kids can learn up to 7 languages under the age of 6? Some kids can even learn
Oh
10.
my God.
Very easily, very easily. You and me have to learn it with a lot of effort, a new language.
Of
Kids,
course.
kids will just fly. Kids will just fly. We see it in our houses,
Wonderful.
no? If people are speaking in two, three different languages at home, the kids just pick it up. You didn't have to teach it to your child. Your child just learned it by observing, by keenly listening, by seeing what mommy and daddy are doing. That's how they
Yes.
picked it up,
So
right?
so true. So true. And Dr. Munira, I understand that there are these activities. Okay, school is mostly, or the kind of education that we have been traditionally into, it is
Yes,
more towards left brain development, and the
correct.
balance is not there. So
Mm-hmm.
when you talk about right brain, what kind of activities do we include in that? So you'd say musical appreciation, or what kind of activities does your
Correct,
program have that will help?
correct.
Though I
Most
will be
certainly.
very honest, I took one demo class, and before
Yeah.
that demo class, I'll be very honest, I was like, okay, I want to attend this. Let's see
Yes.
how it goes.
Yes.
I was impressed.
Thank you so
I
much.
did not expect it to be this. It was very fast. That's
Yes.
one thing.
Yes.
That it was very fast with little kids. First, I thought, what is happening? But then
Mm.
I understood how you are touching all these small things.
Topics.
So now you tell us how are you
Most
planning these
certainly.
classes?
Most certainly. First things first. Almost always, all parents feel that, wow, this class was little fast. But let me throw a question back at you. Almost all parents tell me, Madam, my child has a low concentration span. Guys, your kids don't have a low concentration span. It's we who don't know how to engage the kids. So here is where the difference comes. Firstly, at Tickle Right, we try to keep all our activities really short. You can get the kids to focus for 35, 40 minutes easily, but keep the activities very short. That's why it's a fast paced program. Dr. Ishna, their brain is working at a very high capacity, not like you and me. Almost always we see, we process that thing, then we capture. Kids don't do that. They see, they capture easily, and a little bit of processing is happening. The processing centers are not all that heightened at the moment. As they grow, the left brain takes over. It happens. Okay, so that is first thing. Programs should always be fast. Guys, a single tip, even if you guys are doing something at home, you'll want to get your kids to sit, pick up 5, 6 small activities, do every activity for 1 to 1 2 minutes. Always.
Oh,
Keep your frequency high and your duration short. You'll accomplish a lot more with your kids.
so you mean that they lose interest because we are too slow?
We are too slow and we do one activity for a very long time. Don't do that.
Oh,
The kids want to see the final effect. That, oh, what will this activity do? Build things fast with them. Show them how it's quickly done. Sometimes, I'll give you an example. When we are building blocks with the kids, everybody is like, okay, bacha, put 1 block, then put 2 blocks, then put 3 blocks. I suggest another way. show them the final product, show them the whole tower, and be like, wow, that looks amazing. Let's break it down what we made it with, then pull the blocks apart and see what happens.
Oh.
They love to break the things. That's a novel approach. They like that. Something
Of
new.
course.
They got to see it really fast. So that's just one thing. So you keep your activities, we try to keep them really fast. Second thing, it's all about exposure for these kids. So whenever you go to any brain development program, look how different they are. What are these different things they're doing? If they just tell you, we are going to do reading, or we'll just do music, or we'll just do math. Look, that is not complete. That's just focusing on one part of the brain. If a brain development program tells you something, what we do at Tickle, right? We tell you, we cannot possibly tell you how many activities that we do, because every class, we will be stimulating a different brain function. Your brain is so complex, right?
Wow.
Even if somebody tells you that, look, we are going to be working on their vision and their logic, nobody really knows what's happening. So many different centers work together to do each and every single activity, isn't it? Holistic. So you try to do that. I'll give you an example of a few activities that we do. I'll give you a few topics that we do. Okay. So first is, we are very big on emotional quotient. We are always trying to first get to know the children, what the children want, what do the kids like, and then we follow up with that. Because without that, you can really not get the kids to learn anything. That's how you develop that love for learning. Second, very important topic. Kids love it. It's very easy to do it with them, is musical stimulation. We try to do lots of different musical stimulations, teaching them concepts through music, playing instruments, asking them to make their own instruments, everything in class.
Oh.
So that's a lot of learning. They love these little things. Third very big topic that we work on is scientific curiosity. Look, your kids are very curious by nature. So what do I mean by scientific curiosity? Do different experiments with them. Everything that they do, they will have, why we did this? Why this is happening? Why my glass broke? But why my plastic plate is not breaking? Everything is an experiment. Answer them. Solve it with them in class. That's very important. One more very big function of right brain is that kids have amazing memory. You just need to work on it. So we work a lot on photographic memory, long-term memory, short-term memory, working on something called as link memory, which is a technique where you can learn long, laborious chunks of information very quickly through storytelling.
And I tell you, dear parents, when you listen to her and she talks about these different memories, I was in the class. You know what they do? They show some pictures. And they are so fast, and then they try to, and we have to reflect on, the children have to reflect on those pictures. Dr. Munira, can you tell us something about, when you say it, I understand it because I've seen the class.
Okay.
How do you do it? How do you do these memory?
I'll just give you, I want you to think about it, okay? Okay. So we got, Ishna, pay attention. Are you ready?
Okay.
All parents are they ready with me? Okay, so we've got penguin, green field, apple, hat, guitar, baby, bread, teddy bear, donut. Okay? We just got 8.
Okay.
Tell me in order, what did I tell you?
Penguin. I don't remember. Baby.
No, baby was much later. Look, that's tricky, huh? That was a tricky one. Ishna, let's try it another way, okay?
Okay.
A penguin was walking in a green field. There he found a juicy red apple. This apple was wearing a hat and playing a guitar to this cute little baby. The baby wanted to eat some bread, but the teddy bear wanted the bread. Okay? Let's try it again. So once upon a time, there was a
penguin.
He was walking in a...
Now this one I missed. I missed the beginning line.
He was walking in a green field. There he found a juicy red
apple.
This apple was wearing a... What was he wearing?
Hat.
And was playing which musical instrument?
Guitar.
Guitar to a cute little...
cat.
To a cute little
baby.
But the baby was very hungry, wanted to eat something.
Yes.
Bread. So he went to eat some bread. But who wanted that bread? Which stuffed animal wanted that bread? It was It's okay. It was the teddy
It was a teddy bear.
It was the teddy bear. Did you
Yeah,
see what we did there? Did you see what we did there? If I
that
ask you to
was really
remember
amazing.
one word after the other, it's on the second word you were like gone. As soon as I tell you a
Yeah.
funny story, you could get most of them right.
Everyone's actually answering in the
Everyone's
comment
actually
section.
answering.
Yeah.
It's
It was
brilliant,
so
huh?
interesting.
It's so interesting. See, everybody's getting the bear right. I can see lots of teddy and bear, and
Yeah.
that's amazing. I'm sure whenever I said these words, it was tricky. But
It
as
was
soon
not possible.
it was not
Yeah.
possible. It was not possible. But as soon as I formed it into a funny story, almost everybody is remembering it now,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes.
Isn't it?
Oh,
That's simply
wow.
marvelous. So this is one of the techniques. It's called link memory. Whatever you want
Okay.
to remember, you want your kids to remember. Maybe you're going to a supermarket and you have a long list. We generally write everything down and we go to the supermarket. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Make a funny story for your kids. Remember it through the funny story.
Oh, okay. That's amazing. That's something
That's
that we all
one
can
of the
do. Yeah.
activities. Sorry, Dr. Rishna,
So,
I'm missing you.
no, I can
Can you
see
see me?
you. Yeah, yeah, I
Okay,
can see
awesome.
you.
I
Is
can
there
see
a
you too.
problem in the
Sure,
connection? Yeah.
sure. I
Oh
know it's much
God.
better now.
I think all of us are awestruck by what you just did. It was amazing. So basically, one of the lives I also understood, Dr. Munira, that when you do these activities, you don't focus really on learning what you are teaching, but it's like you are polishing the machine of the brain. This is what I
Correct.
understood in layman. Yeah.
Absolutely. So see what we are doing. I am not
Yeah.
trying to teach them this silly story. That makes no sense. I am trying to teach them the art of creative story making. Because once they make that, they can remember anything. When they go to the supermarket, they don't have to remember my story. They have to make their own story and then they have to recollect it, isn't it?
So it's a skill.
It's a skill. It is going to help them in school as well. I have one more. I have something that my school teacher taught me. I thought she was like absolutely like, what is this? What's happening? I'll let you in on a secret. Okay, Dr.
Okay.
Rishna, this is a trick question for you. So now we have
Okay.
our India and we have our Indian seven sisters. Okay.
Okay.
So tell me, if this is Assam, on top of it is Arunachal Pradesh, what are the three states that come below it?
I can never answer that. Just a second.
You
I
know
think
it.
it's
You
a
know
trick
it.
question, right?
Yeah,
Can you
no,
just
it's an
repeat it?
honest question. Honest question. Seven sisters.
Okay.
Assam.
Okay.
On top of that, Arunachal Pradesh. Then we have
Yes.
these three tiny states. Everybody gets really confused with them. Then what comes in
Okay.
order? What is
Okay.
it? What is it?
I don't
Guys, if
remember.
any of our parents know it, even y'all can try.
Please tell us.
Please,
It's for
please
you.
tell us. It's for you. It's the
Why
right
should
answer.
I be? Yeah.
Why should Dr. Ishma be subjected to this? So look at that. So I'll give you an example. I learned this at school. My genius teacher, she was a genius back then. Okay, so let's see what everybody's saying. No, somebody's saying Manipur, Nagaland,
Nagaland.
Mizoram, fabulous. They've given
Mizoram.
me all three. They've given me all three. But let's
Wow.
do it in order.
Wow.
How will you
Way to
remember?
go.
So my teacher taught us that imagine first you are Nanga, so Nagaland. Then you get money, so
Oh.
Manipur. And then you become misers, so Mizoram.
Wow.
She made a funny story, and we were like, oh, so silly. But this is something, this is the reason I never ever forget.
Wonderful. I understand what you're saying.
This is exactly something, this is exactly what we want from our kids. To remember then things that they want to remember in a funny way, just by making a funny story out of it, isn't it?
Wow. And then it's a skill that we are going to develop so early in our children that they are going to use it all their life.
Yes,
That's
all their life.
amazing.
That foundation happens now. That foundation happens now. Dr. Rishna, always people were saying that, oh, when the kids grow, I'll send them to this college and that college. But now all my parents are thinking differently. Now they're like, no, Miss Munira, now is the time to invest in their foundation. Because this is it.
Wow.
Once this is strong, they can do whatever they want.
Wow. I love what you're saying. There's so much to imbibe.
So much.
Okay, so Dr. Munira, can you tell us a little more about these classes? So this is a program that you have for this. So
Yes, yes,
this is online?
yes. Let me tell you. So ideally, initially we started off as an offline class, but because of the pandemic, we've gone online. And the one
Okay.
thing we realized is that, look, the situation with the pandemic of COVID-19, it's here to stay, Dr. Rishna. And as you said, that period for brain development for our kids is limited. That time is passing. We've already lost 1 year. Can you imagine? Can you
Yeah.
imagine how many things our kids can do within this 1 year? So the first thing we had to make peace with that, yes, online learning is here to stay, and that's why we went online. So let me tell you a little something about my online classes. We currently take enroll children from 16 months up till 7 years of age.
Okay.
That's
Someone
when
was
you can
asking
sign
the
up.
age. Yeah.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
From 16 months up till 7 years of age. It's a once a week class. And it's not
Okay.
just something that you do for 3 months or 2 months. If you start with us very early, the entire program is 3 years. But if a 7 year old joins with me, they cannot do a 3 year course precisely because of the way the brain is made. The younger kids get a longer duration because the
Hmm.
brain is still developing. My 7 year old will roughly get around 8 to 10 months worth of curriculum. My 16-month
Okay.
old will have a 3 year curriculum, maybe even a 4 year curriculum, because we are always developing new things. Our curriculum is always researching, always expanding, so things keep adding.
So you mean after 7, these
Yes.
programs are not as effective. So this is before 7 is the time
Most
when.
certainly. Most certainly. Yes. Yes. For it to be
Okay.
most impactful, we take it up till the age of 7. Having said that, it's not like, oh, at 7 your brain stops working. Your brain entirely develops up till the age of 25. Even you and me learn
Okay.
so many things, right? So it's not like the kids cannot do it. On special request, we sometimes do get parents who are like, we'd love to take, we'd love it if you take something and do with our 8 year old kids. So it depends. So sometimes when we do get these inquiries, we try to accommodate those children as well. There's one more thing I'd like
Okay.
to add. There's one more thing I like to add over here. Everybody thinks this is a brain development program, so it's just for our regular kids. This is not a program that we initially made just for it's for kids all across the board. Kids who are on the spectrum,
Okay.
kids who may have downs, kids who may have delayed milestones. This program is helpful to
Oh,
everybody.
wow.
Being a neuropediatric physical therapist, my whole idea when we started this was to start something for my babies who are hurt, and how can we work on their brain development, and then we open it up to everybody. Yes.
Wow, wow. Okay. That's a lot. Okay, Dr. Munira, there's so many people asking more details about
Most
this. Fee
certainly. Yes.
structure they're asking. And also, so
Sure.
once a week class it is. So,
Yes.
Dr. Munira, I have already asked this question to Dr. Munira because I had it in my mind that just
Yes.
once a week, you mean just once a week this class is there.
I
So,
know. I
Dr.
know.
Munira, there will be many parents who must be thinking कि once a week में क्या हो जाएगा?
क्या हो
So, can you
जाएगा?
tell us
Correct.
क्या हो जाएगा?
Sure, sure. So, guys, first come first. This class is once a week because, most importantly, this is not a class just for your baby. This is a parent child program. We highly encourage the parents to be there, not just for our younger kids, but also for our older ones. Because the kind of skills that we are teaching our kids, they will be not only effective if the kids are coming to us once a week, or if we take the class twice a week, or we take it thrice a week. We are just meeting them 40 minutes, no? Isn't it?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
is what is going to help them a lot is the remaining all the hours that you are with the baby at home. So the parents sit with us once a week, they see all the activities we are doing, and they take those skills and they work on it at home. This is not homework. If I do a story in class, वो घर जाके वापस नहीं सिखाना है. You have just got to pick up that skill that, okay, we can do musical appreciation. Okay, we can
Wow.
learn about art and creativity. Okay, we can do 5 different experiments. That's why the parents are so important. Also, why is the class once a week? Because it is enough. Dr. Rishina, our kids are learning so much online. They've got school, they've
Yeah.
got classes. Mine is not the only class they have to do. They have to do
Yeah.
other things as well. You want your kid to holistically develop, do different things with them. That is what is effective. Just doing my class alone will not be helpful. And doing another class by itself will not be helpful. That's
Yes.
why once a week is enough. We don't want to unnecessarily increase their screen time. We are very, very cautious about following the World Health Organization guidelines. Our classes are never more than 40 to 45 minutes.
Yes, I was going to ask that. I was waiting. I was just waiting for
Yes.
you to pause because so many people asking what is the duration of the class. Okay, so it's a
40,
40-minute class
40-minute
once a
class.
week.
Yes,
And so
yes.
it's not based on teaching colors, shapes. It is based, not concepts, it's based on teaching skills. So
It's
whatever
based on teaching skills.
activities you do as parents, we can, for example, this photographic, this memory that you, link
Link
memory, we
memory.
can use
Link
it
memory.
every day.
Yes,
Yeah, so
yes.
I remember the photographic memory, there were some pictures. So whatever you did in the class, I can easily do it with anything in my
Anything that
house.
you have at home.
Okay,
That's right.
okay.
That's right. See,
Wonderful.
knowledge is a
And the
byproduct of
fees
the class.
everyone's asking. Yeah.
Most certainly. I'll come to that. Knowledge is a byproduct of this program. Like, you will learn things. I'm going to teach you everything through a concept, through my manipulatives. So you will learn it. But is that the primary aim of my class? Not really. It's the aim is skill building and love for learning. Always, all the way. Okay, coming up to the
Wonderful.
fee structure.
Wonderful.
We take enrollments every 3 monthly because that's the amount of time. This is not a magic class, right? That's the amount of time it takes for the baby's brain to take all this new learning, to adapt to the skills that we are teaching them. And we are priced at rupees 6,120. It's a once a week class. So it's a 3 monthly enrollment.
Okay, it's a 3 month, for a 3 month
Yes,
package you're
for
talking.
a
And
3 month
3 month is the
package.
minimum.
Three
Minimum
month is
that
three
you
month
should
is the
take.
minimum.
Because
Yes,
only then
yes.
the program is effective.
Then you'll be able to see the changes. Everybody's like, when can we see the changes? I'm like, guys, hold up, not magic. You've
Yeah,
got to
of
give it time.
course.
But once you
Of
see it, you
course.
see the changes very quickly in the younger ones. So if you have a younger one, you see those changes way more drastically because there's this sudden
Wonderful.
outburst of
Of
all these
course.
lovely things. Yes.
I'm sure I can see, I can actually, Dr. Munira, already see my son is 4.5 and I can
Yes.
see how the learning was way faster when he was 2.5. And
Yes.
I can see that it's not as fast anymore and imagine where
Anymore.
it will go. So even I want to do something for him in these 3 years and
I can
make the
understand.
best of it. So
There is
yeah, I
so
believe
much.
that.
There's so much that you can do only now. And besides, now we have the luxury of time to be more with our kids. Let's make the most of
Yeah.
it. And that's why I'm always
And now
encouraging
we have
parents.
the luxury, Dr. Munira, I will also
Yes,
like to say this to all parents that now we have the luxury where a program which is not there in your city is still available to you.
absolutely.
I think that was never there.
That was
Now
that
there
was
is
even a
no bar.
shortcoming at our end. We are there in different cities, but not all of them. Now I get inquiries from all over, and everybody's like, "It's so nice, right? From the ease of your home, my kids are learning something new."
Yeah,
And
yeah,
and that's the most important, isn't it? Touching these young lives.
it definitely is. It definitely is. Wow, Dr. Munira, way to go. Amazing work you're
Thank you
doing.
so much.
And
Thank you
it's
so
been
much.
so informative, whatever you have told us. There's so much to imbibe. When I went, I actually sat for the class. I must say there was a lot of energy in the class in itself. The teacher was amazing. It was not, I have seen other online classes also, but there was a lot of energy in your class, which I loved. And
Thank you so much.
it was very captivating. So
Thank you so much.
I,
You realize,
so
Dr.
thank,
Rishna, why? Like a lot of time online classes, parents will tell you with this complaint that my child does not sit for online learning. He gets
yes,
bored. He runs away. Like I get it all the time. And that's why, because we realize that our energies are not matching with the kids' energies. And that's
yeah,
why they're like boring because we are boring them. That's one thing. If you want your kids to be with you, you've got to become a child yourself. We have got to think of ways how we can entertain them. So if your child,
how we
parents,
can
all
entertain
parents,
them.
how parents, if your child does not sit for an online class, it is not the shortcoming, it's not the fault of your baby. It's almost always us as teachers or caregivers or any one of us who's conducting the class. Yes, and just give them time. The other thing
That's,
is parents get restless too easily. Arey, 2 classes didn't sit, not working. Give it time. The brain takes roughly 5 to 6 classes to settle down. How they would do for a physical school too. They have that weaning, transitioning period, no? So once you give them that,
yeah,
it really works. It really works. Just hype
yeah.
them up and be up with their energy. That's the most difficult part actually.
I know, I know the energy they have. It's so difficult to match with it. So
Yeah,
yes, that's
it is.
there.
It really
And
is.
one thing, Dr. Munira, I want to also highlight is extending to just what you said. That I have seen your lives before, also somewhere here and there, and I remember you saying that you believe in fun. So when you're making your child sit, one thing that I'm sure doesn't, she Even if a 16-month-old, 20-month-old, no force, no push, no negative interactions,
Never.
nothing. It
Never.
has to be fun and positive.
It has to be fun and positive. If it's not fun for you or the baby, just stop. Just stop. You dancing for half an hour
not worth
on a
it.
song that you love for 30 minutes is way better than forcing your child to do flashcards or math activities for 10 minutes. Because that's when the brain shuts down. They're like, sorry, no more learning can happen. We can't do this. You understand?
Yeah, yeah,
You
I
keep them
do.
happy. You are happy. Sometimes as parents, we can also be in a lot of stress and we are like, no, I just have to do this with my baby. Some teacher has told me this, I have to do this. That's not a right way to look at it. If you're not
And it won't be
happy,
effective.
it
Your
won't be
child is not
effective.
really going to learn.
Our kids are not robots. Our kids are these high energy bubble volcanoes just waiting to go off. Give them what they want.
Yeah,
Give them,
yeah.
let them just jump on couches. Let them just throw things around. Let them ram the pots and pans. So much more learning.
Wow. Wow. I think that's a lot of information today, and I'm sure it must have helped parents a lot, class or not. A lot of jewel of information we have got in this life. Thank you so much, Dr. Munira.
Thank you so
And
much, Dr. Rishna.
I will be putting the details also of the classes,
Thank you.
and I will save this live, of course, for parents to watch. Thank you so much, Dr. Munira, for being there
Thank
with
you so
us.
much for having me. Thank you. You've been more than lovely, and the questions have been so relevant and so on point. So, thank you everyone for joining in as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay,
So nice
until
to have
next
you.
time.
Oh,
Bye.
yes, yes. Okay, Dr. Munira. Bye bye.